Hello everyone, this is Wardog here, and today we are going to have an exclusive look at Fantasy Forever Revisions. Now, Fantasy Forever Revisions is my first RPG Maker game I ever made, and this is the third time I'm remaking it. I remade it once for the PlayStation, and as soon as I got RPG Maker MV, I'm just transferring data, and I'm like, okay, this is the last time I'm going to remake this game. This time for sure, and I'm going to make sure people can play it. So we're going to do about 10 minutes of the game, no voice acting. I'm just going to talk about the game, talk about the idea behind the game and the history, and we'll go from there. Let's see how the volume is from the get-go. Not too bad. Stretch that out a little bit. Start from the very beginning. Now, Fantasy Forever, when I first got it for the RPG Maker for the PlayStation, it was very light on story, extremely light. Like, all the characters were basically like the Warriors of Light from the first Final Fantasy. I almost said Fantasy Forever. So I decided to add more of an emphasis on the story when I redid it on the PlayStation. And because you have so many blocks, I didn't put too much into the character development. But now that I have more room to write a longer script, I am focusing more on the development of the three main characters who share a history and grew up together, but there was sort of like a separation. So one of the main themes of the story is about growing up and how there's always going to be a conflict between the innocence of childhood friends and the adult life. So we're starting here at Lone Tales, and you'll notice that most of the dialogue is roughly the same. So much just transferred over from the PlayStation version. Not too much of a difference there. And most of the assets that I use are standard RPG Maker assets. Like, I really like the soundtrack for this one. Like, the original one for the PlayStation grew on me, but this one in particular I think is just really well done, and I decided to use it. I didn't want to branch out from too many different RPGs and blend them just yet. I think I'd save that for some of my later projects. So this is one of the first side quests you can do. You have to collect the 4 songs composed by Lady Autumn, the Song of Sun, Moon, Star, and Comet. And these songs are hidden throughout the game, and if you find all 4 and get back to them, you get a very powerful ability that helps out through some of the later boss fights. Now, at this moment, I've been working on revisions for about a little over a month, and I have almost 2 dungeons done, and there's a total of 7 dungeons, I believe. Let me run it by it real quick. Okay, Earth, Water, Wind, there's a mini dungeon, Fire, so roughly 7 dungeons, and I'm almost done with the second one, so it's definitely great progress when compared to the first one I made. The first time I made this, it took quite a while to, you gotta use the control pad and plug each thing in, whereas this time I'm just typing. So the script goes at a much more rapid pace. I don't want to scroll through this too fast. Sorry. Perhaps in one of the future videos when I have more done, I'll try to do voice acting. Or maybe, I don't know if I'll put it in the final game, but maybe I'll do like a Let's Play sort of production, and I'll actually hire like a cast who can do like the voice acting. And I'll voice probably most of the minor characters, and I'll let some friends and people who are interested voice the major characters. So maybe that'll be a fun project for us to do. Right now, I'm aiming for the main story to be completed sometime at the end of summer. And once I finish the main story, I'm going to start working more on side quests and a couple of the secret bosses, and fine-tune a couple animations into some of the cutscenes. So I'll do more of the major tweaking after I finish the main story. Okay, and that wasn't in the original, and when I say original, I mean the PlayStation remake, because The very first one, I vaguely remember, because after my first rewrite on the PlayStation, it completely changed from what it was. Its original story was just four heroes, very much like Final Fantasy. 4 heroes go on a quest to stop dark elves from resurrecting a evil dragon. And it was very basic. This story kind of branches out from that, and though it shares a couple recurring elements, it really has grown into its own thing. Now you want to explore Lone Tales heavily because there are some hidden gold that you can get. There's a little bit of backstory amongst these characters that'll help you figure out why there's sort of like a difficulty between them. Because they, right off the bat, it's confirmed that these characters have been separated for close to 3 years, or at least the main character has. He's been away from home for a couple years, and it's caused a little bit of distance between the 3 of them. So before we go out and start showing off some combat, we need to equip our first accessory. And I don't know what my problem was with the original one on PlayStation, but for this, I could finally use items. Like for the PlayStation, I could hold 5 potions, and if I used a potion, it still said I had 5 potions, even though I was fully healed. And I don't know why it did that, but this one's completely different. Now, the only character to start out with as equipment is Zack. All the other characters you need to purchase for them. I might change it in the final version, I might not. It depends how much of a deal breaker it is by having to buy your own equipment, because a lot of the early RPGs wanted you to get ready for everything and started you with basically nothing. Like, you were unarmed, you had no armor, you had to basically start from square one. Whereas more modern RPGs start you with a healthy kit to just get you going. So we'll see about that. I haven't made a final decision of what I want to do with that. Alright, now we can head off to adventure. There's a bit more of a field this time, but still it's very basic. For the original RPG Maker for the PlayStation, you just had like a point-and-click world map. So it was just select the forest, click, you're there at the forest. Select this town, click, you're there at the town. So this is pretty much my first overworld map that I've ever designed. So it's fairly basic, and I didn't put too much of a focus on it. I might enhance it as it goes by, and whoa. See, this is why I hate doing live commentary when playing RPGs. I don't pay attention. And I just lost my healer at level 1. And I have no revivals. Awesome. I'm off to a wonderful start. In fact, I might just go buy one before I head back. But yeah, I decided to stick with the side view battle system, even though the one on the PlayStation was frontal view, similar to Dragon Quest. I just like the standard battle characters you have. So we're going to go back. And we're going to buy a revival. Oh, shit. Alright. Oh, no. There might be a change in how much money you get, because I did not anticipate this. But then again, you're really not supposed to die from the beginning. I should pay better attention. Sarah starts with a healing spell. Oh boy. Alright, let's pay attention this time. We got some gremlins. Light Spark. Ah, I know where I goofed. I forgot to equip the Drac Crystal. Equip your accessories. Equip everything. This is why I don't do live commentary. I don't pay attention. You think it's just the game crumps, but seriously, doing live commentary sucks. because now I have to focus on not making everyone die so I can progress. Instead of, come on. Come on. Oh yeah. Sarah's Mighty Punch does a whopping zippity-doo-dah damage. Oh, come on. And I have no way for Sarah to attack. Okay, let's... Fantasy Forever tip number 1. Don't do what I do. Come on. Okay, I got the Witch's Rod. Got the Drag Crystal. Now I have a fire spell. See, if you look at her skills, she now has Dragon Fire, which is very effective on enemies. Yeah, this intro is not supposed to be this hard. But granted, I suck at multitasking. Okay, Mosswood actually is more than just a straight shoot to Ren, who you're supposed to meet before you enter the first dungeon. There's actually a little bit of exploration. Not a lot, but enough to where it's its own area. You can get an item or two, and there is some combat. Alright, now, here's how you do it. Hold on. First, let's give him a mana pill. Show off some Dragon Fire. There we go, see? One hit wonder. And I did the regular attack. But see, at least she does damage. Wonder Stick is better than Wonder Punch. There we go. Shing-a-ding-a-ding-ding. Aw, oh, come on. There's more enemies in this. Oh well. Kill it with fire and a little bit of thunder. And again, what you're listening to is all standard RPG Maker music. I'm a fan of it. I'm going to try to use as much as I can. And my next project, the next RPG I want to do, I want to use the entire soundtrack from RPG Maker 2, which I have the MP3s for. Because I think that's an underutilized soundtrack immensely. And that was one of the things I liked most about RPG Maker 2 was its soundtrack and the amount of variety in the music that you could use. Alright, now we have our third and fourth party members. And we are about to enter our first dungeon. And I don't know if I'm going to go through the entire dungeon today or if I'm just going to show you a sneak peek. But we got some items now. So that's why it's best to buy the weapons and not so much the items. Because once you make it to this point, you get a fair amount of items to start yourself off with. So make sure everyone is equipped with their standard weapons and head on in. Okay, we're going to overwrite this file at the moment because that's just another test play. Head through here and ooh, got a burrower. Okay, so Ren can attack twice. Double attack, you can attack multiple enemies, and he also as you level him up, he gets more status effect skills, whereas Sarah's are more like spells. Ren's is more like boost speed, boost strength, disable enemy abilities, and Trixie becomes more paralyze, poison, and stuff like that. There we go, bravery belt. Zack now has, hold on, an iron pelvis. So Zack has very good defense, but his magical defense is a little lacking. So don't get too cocky with him. Okay, so I can attack both enemies, and if I pull off a successful scratch, I can confuse the enemy. But these are the weakest enemy in the game. And they were supposed to appear more often on the field, but I guess the game was just filling gremlins. Okay, I'm probably going to add more to these dungeons. Not so much in the length, but just more things to open. More chests, more gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Just more things to look at, because there is a fair amount of like empty hallways, and I want to just fill it up so it looks more interesting. There we go. We don't need that. We can just do a regular attack. You can also get 2 hits in. Ren's basically supposed to be the haste, very speedy Zidane kind of character, for lack of a better word. Whereas Zack is more Cecil. Sarah is kind of inspired by Colette, and Trixie's inspired by Repede. Though very early on, I wrote Trixie before Repede. I even knew Repede was a thing, but I don't have copyright on stuff like that, so boy and his dog. What more can I say? Okay, what was I doing? Make sure everyone is bright and healthy. Nutters! Talk about a dog, the dog wakes up. Okay. What do we got here? 250 gold, very nice. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to add warp rooms that warp you back to town in these dungeons. I haven't decided yet, because I have yet to make one that I feel that's really long. And most of them on average have 2 save points in them. But then again, I know that a lot of characters like to stock up. And this is the last thing we're going to do today. We're going to take on the mini-boss. And if you're a veteran of RPG Maker, the music might be very familiar to you. Okay, this guy is no joke. Like Ren, he can attack multiple times. So be careful. In fact, let's see if we can confuse him. Oh, crap. Ew. Alright, confused. So I can use this opportunity to heal. Burn. Yeah, you can attack. And you already got scratched, so just regular attack. Bam, baby. Phew! Made it before he could attack. Oh no. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty, hold on. Hold on, we want to heal. Okay, I got 2 potions. I want Trixie. And I want Ren. Zack can hold his own for quite a bit. He has good defense. Unless the demon does that exact same spell again. Of course! Damn! Okay, how many revivals do I have? Okay, I have 2. So I'm going to use Sir Zack, because he has spells that are very effective. And then you can revive Ren. Shing. No, not allowed. Damn. Honestly, I'd have took Ren. There we go. The demon is slain. I got a demon horn. Demon horns sell for quite a bit of gold. So those are nice items to have. I should have waited till level 2 to fight that guy. Oh well, so that's basically a sample of how Revisions is going to be. Each month I'm going to show you updates on how the RPG is coming. And by the end of it all, I might fall through with that Let's Play / RPG performance, to where I'll start handing out roles and we can all play it out like an actual short. I don't know yet. All right, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next month with some more updates.